It's great, it's great. It is great to see everybody.
I'll speak on Joe's behalf, but I think, it's an honor for Joe to know that everybody's coming back to support him, and that this reunion that's never happened before is going to happen, in his honor. We have so many great memories from our times here. So many great teammates, coaches, and just teams in general. We had a lot of success then, and this guy was a big reason for that. He was a teammate that was always there for you, cared about guys, was was looking out for everybody. He was a team captain, and he obviously led with how he wrestled on the mat, which was cradling guys up and pinning them. But he was also a great leader as a person, outside of the wrestling room and in the arena. So I kind of went off track there a little bit.
No, that was good.
What?
That was
Okay.
great.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I remember about Joe is that he always had a smile. He's always smiling. Where maybe some of us were nervous and a little anxious before we went out there and wrestled. Joe was smiling, bouncing around, having fun. That's probably why he wrestled so well, because he was so loose. And I think that energy is contagious. And he has a smile that bright lights up the room. I remember Joe always beating up on the Iowa guys. In fact, we were talking about that on the way in. Just that I was talking to Joe, like, what other schools were recruiting you before you came to Iowa State, and the Hawkeyes came up, and he's like, no, Hawkeyes didn't recruit. I was like, well, you pretty much whomped on all the Hawkeyes every time you wrestled them. So that got him laughing, and that's always a good memory. But I mean, obviously Joe winning his national championship. I mean, Joe did a lot of winning. I mean, I think, Joe expected to win, and not just win, but win everything and win at the highest level. It's just, that friendship is important, and I'm going to get a little emotional here, but I know that Joe would do this the same for me, and and it's not just me, it's all of the guys, Billy Maldonado really stepped up, and we wanted Joe to be here. We know what's happened to Joe, and it is unfortunate, and we're all pulling for him and doing what we can, but it was like, this is a huge moment for him in his life, and his his son gets to be here and be a part of it, and we wanted to make sure that he was here. And so as we were all talking, it was just we need to make sure Joe gets here no matter what, and whatever it takes. And that's where I was like, I'm kind of the only person that's in a direct line from Ohio to Iowa, and I was like, I'll rent a van, we'll pick up Joe and his family, and I'll drive him out there. And Billy had reached out to Coach Dresser, and then Coach Dresser would connect us with Mike and Lindsay, and then we got a phone call and was like, hey, we hear what you guys want to do, let us help. And for me, I'm blown away by what Iowa State has done. They have funded this whole trip, whatever it takes, Matt, let's get Joe out there.
J.B. Pollard.
Yeah. It shows you the culture that this athletic department has. It goes beyond even our wrestling experiences. The Iowa State community is tight. They care about their own, and this is proof of it. I mean, Joe's legacy is he's one of the greatest Iowa State wrestlers of all time. I mean, that's the bottom line. That's a fact. I mean, you look at what he accomplished as a wrestler, he's one of the greatest. And not just one of the greatest Iowa State wrestlers of all time, but one of the greatest collegiate wrestlers of all time. I mean, the stuff that he did on the mat, you don't see often. He's an incredible wrestler, but more than anything, he's an incredible teammate and an incredible friend. And that's his legacy.
That's his legacy.